grow your wealth, live on your terms. Let's talk about the 3 steps to get visible and grow your audience with $5 a day ad system. And my amazing guest expert today is Tammy Pereira. Welcome, Tammy.
Hello, Millen. Thank you for having me on today. I am super excited to be here today.
Yeah, me too. And I know that we have quite a few people who are really interested in this topic because it's very hot, and we have a lot of entrepreneurs in our audience, so it's very, very important. So I'm so excited to have you with me today. And if that's okay with you, let me introduce you really quickly, okay? Because I have so many things that I want to ask you today. So Tammy is indeed a Facebook ads expert. However, she's so much more than that. She is also a corporate marketing and an advertising consultant, strategist, speaker, and online business owner. She is certainly practicing what she is preaching. For over 20 years, she has been working in marketing, utilizing new and traditional media for million-dollar companies and ad agencies, as well as her own company. So not only she understands the world of online digital marketing, but she also knows how to create an online business with Facebook advertising. And she is ready to help you to take your business to the next level. Welcome again. I'm so excited to have you today, Tammy.
I'm so excited too. I love this talk. Like it's amazing, and it's all these things that I speak about are things that I've experienced and done in my business. So everything that I'm going to be speaking about today are things that I've achieved in my business, and I want this for everyone who's hearing this talk with you and me today.
So wonderful. And of course, I have a few questions for you. So let's start. So my first question, how did you get started online, and why did you decide to learn about Facebook ads?
Yeah, I love this question. So as everyone heard, I've been doing marketing and advertising for over 20 years. I've worked as digital marketing for large consulting companies as well as in advertising. So I wanted to go back and learn. That's really where it started, because I started to see the world of the online space. And this is way, way back. It's not way, way back, but I say it way, way back in 2018. I started to get curious about the online space, and I had no idea about it. I had no idea about Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and all these things, right? So I started to educate myself in the world of Facebook, in the world of social media, and it led me to the path of learning Facebook ads because I had decided I wanted to build a following of people online through Facebook ads. So I went back to school essentially and got educated in it, and I loved it so much. And that's what I teach now, mostly online, is Facebook ads.
Wow. And not only you learned how to do it from whoever you studied with, but you came up with your own system, with your own three-step system. And so tell me, before we go into specific steps, tell me how this three-step system came about.
Yeah. So I'll share with you a little bit of a story because I love sharing some of my stories and some of my journey. With me, it actually, the system that I have now, my $5 a day ad system, was kind of a happy accident because one of the things that we talk about, and you share a lot about visibility, which is fabulous, and I love to speak about visibility and speaking as well. It was instrumental to my success in the online space. So when I first started, though, I was super scared to do these kind of things that we're doing right now, going live. And nobody would believe it. Nobody would believe it now because I had practiced. So I practiced over a number of years, speaking and getting better. But when I started, I was not very good. So I say this because for anyone that hears this and is nervous to go live, is nervous to share their expertise or video, I encourage you to do so because it was an absolute game changer in my business. So my story really is that I started going live. I shared my expertise, all of my background, my experience, and I started to go live. And I committed to going live for every single week. So I went live one time per week for an entire year. Okay. And I didn't know what was going to happen from it. I didn't know that people would even listen to my videos, even listen to what I had to say, were even curious about what I had to say. But as a result, people started to listen to me. They started to reach out and say, I watched your videos. I learned from you. Thank you for sharing your expertise. And so I was encouraged to keep doing it. And over the number of years of going live, doing interviews, and speaking inside of my own community, I started to improve. It does take time. And when you first start, maybe you're talking to nobody, but know that you're getting better, you're learning, you're practicing, and all the things. So that was really the first step, was me going live for a whole year and getting better at going live.
Wow, how interesting. And I can so relate to this because I've done similar things. I'm just going live every week, no matter how I feel, no matter whether I feel prepared or not prepared. And also doing a lot of interviews like podcasts and summits. And suddenly people start coming to me that just heard me on some interviews or heard my mini trainings or interview like that. And I was like, wow, it actually works. And it took probably maybe a year or year and a half. So I absolutely agree with you that consistency in your attempts to be visible is super, super, super important. And I really appreciate that you shared your story. Okay, so let's dive deeper into your system. So could you share with us like this 3 steps? What exactly is the system and what are the 3 steps to becoming visible and getting paid? Ultimately, right? That's what we want.
Yeah, so we're going to focus in on my $5 a day ad system today. So really it starts with going live. That's step 1. You've got to do, if you don't want to go live, you can do a video, right? So there's some clients that I work with that they're just absolutely frightened of going live. They don't want to go live. And that's okay. You can open up your Zoom room and record a video right in there. It's no problem. But the first step is we need to create the video. So we have to have the piece of content, the piece of video. And for this system to work, it is a $5 a day visibility system. It needs to be video. And the reason why it needs to be video is because video is still the most engaging piece of content, the best piece of content that we can create online. I always say that if I have no time during the week, the one thing that I will do is I will go live and I will share my video. That is the one thing that I will do if I have no time to do any other types of social media. That is the thing that I recommend. So once we have that video created, the next step that we need to do is to put it somewhere like public, so to speak. So when I say public, it means somewhere where people can see the video. Now, in this case, where we're running ads, we will want to put it, my recommendation is to put it on your Facebook business page. So wherever you do the video, it doesn't matter whether you're doing the video on LinkedIn, on YouTube, inside of your group, you're going to want to go and put the video onto your Facebook page so that you can run an ad to it. Now, why would you want to run an ad to your video? That's one of the questions. My colleague that I work with, her name is Yang. She says, don't let your content go to the content graveyard. And I love that quote, the content graveyard, because how hard do we work on creating our videos, creating our content, and we want more people to be able to see that content, right? So when we post things out organically, so to speak, where we're going live in our group or we're putting it over on YouTube or Facebook, people will see it for a certain amount of time and then they will not see it as much. So how do we get more people to view our videos and see what we have to offer and how we're sharing our expertise? The way to do it is to run a $5 a day video ad. And the $5 a day video ad will help increase visibility and help more people be able to see the content that we're creating. So that is the next level version. I just love it because if you already love creating video, then it's not a huge investment to be able to go ahead and run a $5 a day video ad. So the second step, again, I'll say it one more time, is that you will, what I recommend is putting it over on the Facebook business page. And then you would go ahead and run a $5 a day video ad. And the type of ad that we'll be running is called a video views ad. And so what that does is that builds up our audiences of people that have watched our videos, which is some amazing types of audiences to build in the online space. It's fabulous for when you're ready to take that next step and do more with your Facebook advertising.
Wow, awesome. So I have a couple of follow-up questions, of course, right? I always have questions. Yeah. So how long this video should be, or you recommend the length of the video?
Yeah, so when I first started, so this is one thing, when I first started, I would actually put my whole video into the Facebook ad. Now, there are some things that have changed, and the main thing that has changed for most people that have kept up with trends with the marketing and online is that a lot of videos have gone to short form. So what's really popular right now are TikTok, and Reels, and all that is short form video. And I think on YouTube they also have something called Shorts, because people short video is more engaging. So what you can do, so this is a little bit of an edit from my original system, is take a shorter clip, like a 1-minute clip of your video, and post that as your ad, and then direct them to the full video to watch. So that would be one thing. So of this, let's say you did this $5 a day ad system with the interview that we're doing today, we would take a 1-minute clip of, kind of a 1, maybe 2-minute clip max of the video, and we'd run an ad to that. And then, of course, we can lead them to the next thing, which is like, hey, watch the full video over here, right? So
that's exactly what we do, by the way. I just want to tell you, we always take a clip up to 1 minute, and then we run this clip on Instagram and other platforms. So what do you think about 15 seconds video versus 1 minute video? Which one would you recommend?
Yeah, so 15 seconds to me is a little bit short. I think that can work for like maybe a story or a reel. But for me personally, if it's a video like the one we're doing today, I like my favorite format is about 1 minute. So 1 to 2 minutes max, because what that does, it gives people a chance to watch the video and count that as an audience. So not to get too technical, but when you're inside and looking, like with what I do with Facebook ads, we want to build an audience of people that have watched our videos, right? And it doesn't matter whether it's organic or with ads, although ads help a lot for more people to see our content faster. And so what we would do is you can actually see if people have watched, and you can see the data and the information, which I love data and metrics. Everybody who knows me knows how much I like to look at the data and the numbers, but you can actually see people that have watched, not see them, but see the numbers for people that have watched your videos 25% of the time. And if they've watched 25% of a 1 to 2 minute video, then that is a great audience. That's an audience, if they've actually spent the time to watch your video, then that is an audience of people that are paying attention to what you have to say. And then, of course, you can invite them to the next step, whatever that may be.
So, Tammy, what do you suggest in terms of running advertisement? Because you mentioned that you suggest to run on your Facebook page. What about Instagram? Because a lot of people now run ads on Instagram, and I heard some saying that it's more efficient and less costly in terms of result on the investment. What do you think about that?
Yeah, so like Facebook owns Instagram. So when we run ads, we actually can run them with the system that I teach. We run them to both Facebook and Instagram at the same time. So the ads will run in both places. And when I run my advertising, I run in both Facebook and Instagram at the same time. So I'm growing my following on the Facebook and also Instagram. And so you can do both. The one thing too is if your focused platform, if you're focusing on Instagram more than Facebook, then you can upload your 1 to 2 minute video to Instagram. You've got to have a public page. So you have to have a business profile for Instagram in order to be able to run the ad. So you can actually run and take your 1 to 2 minute video clip and put it over on Instagram, and you can run an ad direct there as well, all through the methods that I teach. Yes.
Okay, so if people run an ad on Instagram, it may or may not be visible on Facebook page, right? But if you run it on Facebook page, there is a option to run it on both platforms, right? Facebook and Instagram, right?
Yep.
So it works one way, but not the other way, right?
It works both. So you can actually do 3 different ways. This is getting like kind of technical, but you could post if you wanted to kind of grow both on Facebook and Instagram. You can post your video on Instagram and run an ad just to Instagram. You can post your video on Facebook and run a video just on Facebook. You can also run them both at the same time. And that's usually the method that I teach, but it's usually based on where you're focusing on. So if you're focusing more on growing your audience on Facebook, then I would recommend putting your video on the Facebook page and running an ad that way. If you're focusing more on Instagram, then go ahead and put the video on Instagram and run the video that way. So it just depends on what the strategy is and where you're focusing. For me, I'm both on Instagram and Facebook, but I focus on Facebook, meaning that is the place that I am the most, that's the place that I am most engaged. And that's the place where I have my group and I have my community in there as well. So,
right.
So,
and Tammy, the cost is the same, right? The cost is the same with whichever option you choose. It's right. Still in your method, it still would be just $5 a day. And for how many days do you recommend to run this video?
Yeah, so it depends on your audience size. So if you have a smaller organic audience, right, and you run this ad to people that are already in your world, so you can actually run it 2 ways, and this goes into the audience, which I'm going to give away a freebie all about audiences, so you can learn more about audiences, because that is probably one of the #1 questions I get all the time. The most amount of questions I get is on ad audiences, like how do I target ad audiences and all these things. And you can do an incredible amount with targeting with your audiences, which is another reason why I like Facebook ads. So there are, get ready for this, Millen, over 6 million audiences we can target on Facebook.
Wow, that's unbelievable. It's almost overwhelming. So many different audiences. Wow. Right. So you have to really be very in tune with your people, right? So you could identify very specifically which audience you have to choose for your video ad, right?
Well, so for the video ad, yes, there's 2 things that I teach. One is run the ad to your warm audience. So a warm audience are people that are already in your world. And this is where you can start. So if you are super new to running ads and you're just dipping your toes in, you never run ads before, you want to learn it, this is what my recommendation is, to run your video ad to people that are already in your world. And when I say people that are already in your world, these are people that have engaged on your social media like Facebook or Instagram. These are people that have watched your videos. These are people that are on your email list. You can actually run this video that we're creating today and put it to your audience and run an ad to it so that more people can see it, okay? Because even if we're marketing organically, we want to have the opportunity to run things so that more people have the opportunity to watch our videos. So you can run it to what I call warm audience. These are people that are already in your world, already in some way, shape, or form engaged with you on social media or on your email list. And so we can run a $5 a day video. And the answer to your question for that is that you would run it, and it's based on your audience size. So usually I will run it anywhere from 7 to 14 days. If you have a smaller audience, the maximum amount that you're going to want to run your video ad would be for 7 days. If you have a larger audience, you can run it for longer. It's just people are wanting to see new content. So I don't want, if you see ads, like if I think about ads that I see over and over and over again, you start to get sick of those ads after a while, and you don't really see them anymore. So we have to be putting out fresh content and fresh videos all the time, so people have a chance to learn from you in different ways.
Yeah, beautiful. And I usually what we do, since I have this either mini training or interviews every week, we run the ads for 1 week, and then we have a new video and we run the ads for new video. I have another question for you.
Yeah.
So when we have the video on the Facebook page, you have two options to run the ad. You can just click boost it, and it's like the simplest and easiest way to run the ad. Or you can do it from the back door, like from the ads
manager
page, right? Yeah, ads manager page. So which one do you recommend and why?
Yeah, so I recommend, this is a great question. I love this question. I recommend the ads manager. And the reason why is because boosted posts, and this is when you're ready to take your business serious, right? Boosted posts is what I call ads manager light. Okay, so ads manager light, you do not get to do all the targeting and you don't get access to all the bells and whistles, if you will, with the boosted post. Okay. So with the ads manager, we can have much more access to building out these audiences, and we're going to be able to be more targeted with our advertising, and we're going to be able to reach more of the people that may be interested in working with us. So ads manager gives you all the options. And so that's where through all my programs with my clients, I teach for the most part ads manager.
Beautiful. Thank you. And so I'm sure in this audience, we have people who are newbies, who established entrepreneurs. So how, as an entrepreneur who wants to run ads, how do you know when you're ready for ads?
Yeah, that's a great question. So with the system, teaching the $5 a day ad system, like you can be ready for this right away. I think even beginners, right? You have to obviously know your niche. You have to know you have to know your business niche, the industry that you're in, and you have to have an offer. So if there's people that have watched your videos and they reach out and they say they want to work with you, the offer could be, one-on-one. That's no problem. But you need to know like at least your niche, your industry, and have an offer, right? So that would be the bare minimum. And be comfortable with doing videos. So to do the $5 a day ad system, you just need to get better and practice. And my number one recommendation is to do one video a week and start to get better and practice. And that's the only way to get more comfortable doing video if you're nervous to do video. So as long as you have video and you have an expertise to share, you can start this tomorrow, and it's not a big investment. So it's not a big investment to start Facebook ads, and it will basically help you get found on social media faster. And one thing that I've been starting to share with people, because I don't know if people know this or not, but Facebook and Instagram is a pay to play now. So I think we try to, do what we can to post and do a lot of posts and do a lot of social media. But doing this system actually can make things happen faster for you, because you have the opportunity for more people to see you by spending $5 a day. So that's why I love the system. As long as you have a video and you have an expertise to share, you can do this $5 a day ad system.
I love that you shared this, because I heard from several coaches that you should not touch Facebook ads until you have almost like $1 million business. And it was confusing because I know the power of Facebook ads. Yeah. So I think your opinion is very valuable, because I think it will help a lot of maybe even newbies, right? Or maybe more evolved entrepreneurs to use your system, to use this approach to grow their audience faster, right? And more targeted. So I really appreciate. And like you said, yes, among all the costs that we spend that we invest in our businesses as entrepreneurs, it seems that this is like the most return, you can get the most on your return on investment versus everything else, right? It seems like that's your experience, correct?
Yeah, and I love that you said that I teach it differently. I do teach it differently, because when I came into online space, I was already an expert in marketing and advertising. And that is exactly what I heard from coaches. You have to have, this multi-million-dollar business. You have to have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in ads. And I proved it wrong. So I follow my system. And this is how I came into online space. And this is how I grew my following faster. And so this is something that you can start with right away. And when you start to feel more comfortable with running ads with the $5 a day ad system, and you're ready for more, then you can take that next step and do more with it. But it's also a way to get comfortable and see what's possible in your business, and help grow your business faster. So all the methods that I teach are very strategic. I've never been a fan of like posting, 6 times a day and doing all this extra work, all this extra busy work on social media. I just get super laser focused with my targeting and my strategy. And that's how I've been able to build my business as fast as I have.
Love it, love it, love it. So whoever is watching us today, you can see that Tammy is a wealth of knowledge and experience, which not always the same. Some people know things, but they don't really have depth of experience as Tammy has. So Tammy, how people can find you, how they can get some gifts from you. So tell us the scoop behind this scene.
Yeah, so I gave you guys a sneak peek, but basically I have it's called a lead magnet or a freebie that I'm giving away today. It's very valuable. It's very valuable. Actually, this is something that I could charge for. It is, I call it my 100+ ad audiences guide. So if you are a coach, if you are a consultant, if you are in a service-based industry, then you can download this guide at tammyp.co. And this will give you actual audiences that you can target with your Facebook ads. And these are audiences that I've used with my clients. So I've already tested these audiences out. So this is when we talk about the confusion around audiences, this is why I've created this 100+ ad audiences guide. It's my most popular lead magnet. People love it because there's so much confusion around audiences and there's so much confusion around how to properly target audiences so that it actually leads to new clients, which is the number one thing. Having that audience correct, having that audience dialed in so that you bring in the people that are your dream clients, and can speak to them through video, and obviously they can come in and work one-on-one with you or through a program or service. So this is where it starts. It's with a 100+ ad audiences guide, and this is primarily for coaches and service-based entrepreneurs. So I encourage you to download the guide if you are interested in doing Facebook ads and not sure about the what audience to target.
Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much for gifting us this amazing, I guess it's like an ebook, right? So it's very, very powerful. Like I said, I know that you could charge for this, and so it's very generous of you. So please, people who are watching us today, people, folks, ladies and gents, whoever is watching us, take advantage of this opportunity. If you are in this space when you want to grow your business, when you want to leverage the opportunity that Facebook ads provide to all of us, and who knows for how long we're going to have this, right? So it's a great opportunity to grow your own audience. And Tammy is clearly an expert, and that's why she is my guest today, right? So thank you again, Tammy. Thank you so much for being today. And thank you, everybody who is watching us, who took time